Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. I am Nicodemus Kane. Today is January the 27th of 2022. Today I'm going to be reading Psalm 98. This has a note underneath it that just simply says a psalm. Okay. Kind of speaks for itself, I suppose. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to make a joke, but I mean, there's just it just kind of writes itself, I guess. Um, but yeah, this shall be Psalm 98. O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath hath gotten him the victory. The Lord hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly shown in the sight of the heathen. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise, and rejoice, and sing praise. Sing unto the Lord with the harp and the voice of a psalm, with trumpets and sound of cornet. Make a joyful noise before the Lord, the King. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Let the floods clap their hands, let the hills be joyful together. Before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the earth, and the people with equity. I wanted to see something just real quick. Is it because there was a lot of things in this that sounded exactly like something that we just read within the past couple verses, or couple psalms, not verses, chapters, psalms. Sorry. I'm not finding them immediately, but very, very similar stuff. Let's go back over it and I'll point them out. So, O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory. There was something in a psalm that says he will use his right hand. I don't know if it was to judge righteously or something else, but it sounds exactly like that. The Lord hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly shown in the sight of the heathen. And they shall see it, but they refuse to listen to it. There is a little footnote here that says Luke 2:30. And again, sometimes these work out and sometimes these don't. So we're gonna have to see how it goes. But I want to check this out just to see. What did I say it was? Luke 2:30. Luke 2:30. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation. Let's go back one. Actually, well, I can't. If you go back, if you follow the commas, back, you're going up like 5 verses. Um, the whole understanding of what it says goes all the way back up to 26, verse 26. It was revealed unto him by the Holy Ghost that he should not see death before he had seen the Lord Christ. Oh, that is a period. Whoops. Sorry. And I got a sneeze coming too. Okay, that was one sneeze, which means that there will be another one coming. So hold on. They always come in twos. Sometimes more than that if I don't catch them, but sneezes for me always come in twos. So, where does it? We were on verse 27. And he came by the Spirit into the temple, and when the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him as custom of the law, then he took him up in his arms and blessed God and said, Lord, now lettest thou thy serpents or bleh. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Lord, now lettest thy servants depart in peace, according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people, a light to lighten the Gentiles, and the glory of thy people Israel. I'm all over the place, man. That sneeze messed me up. So that goes back to, like I said, verse 2 of Psalm 98. The Lord hath made known his salvation, his righteousness hath he openly shown in the sight of the heathen. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. I can already tell it's going to be one of those days. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Which, again, sounds really familiar. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise, and rejoice, and sing praise. Sing unto the Lord with the harp, and with the voice of a psalm, with trumpets and sound of cornet. Make a joyful noise before the Lord, the King. And we've had so many of these last couple of verses that have said, make a noise with trumpets and I'm looking psalteries and all kinds of other stuff, but I'm not finding it immediately. Which you think you would, you know? But I know it's in here. But we've been hearing it. I'm not going to say constantly we've been hearing it, but we've been hearing it over and over. Make a noise unto the Lord. Make a noise with all the instruments. I must just not be seeing it, man. I don't know what it is today. My eyes are crossing. We just scheduled an eye appointment for next month, so we should, I should be able to at least see just how bad my eyes have become, because it's gotten hard for me to read. And it's like, oh, maybe my eyesight's not as good as I thought it was. It's, yeah, part of getting old. But they're back there though. I know they're back there where it talks about making a noise with trumpets and um, making a noise with psalteries and making singing praises. I want to say it's 96 because I'm looking at Psalm 96 right now and I can see there's a couple other things going on in there. Like the next verse. This is 98 verse 7. Let the sea roar in the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Which is right here on one page before it, Psalm 98. Where was it at? Psalm 98:11. Let the heavens rejoice and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar in the fullness thereof. And of course, it's interesting. There's a note to Psalm 98:7, but there's no note at Psalm 98:7 tying back to Psalm 96. But again, it's we've heard this. Let the floods clap their hands, let the hills be joyful together, which is similar to another one about the floods and the mountains shall be joyful or something. I don't remember exactly where it was. But that one's in there too, somewhere. I know it is. Before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. Which says goes back to 96:10. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth, the world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. We talk about this. He shall judge the people righteously. He shall judge the people equally. He will not take favor with anyone. He will judge everyone the same way, by the same rules, by the same laws that everybody says that aren't there anymore. This says that he will judge everyone exactly the same, straight down the middle. And I want to say something like, what is the rule book that he will judge everybody by? Because the last time I heard, all these people keep saying that there is no rule book anymore. That all you have to do is, be bathed in the blood of Christ and just, come to church on Sundays and do your best not to sin. That's what I heard. But at the same time, it seems like there is a rule book somewhere for how he will judge us. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to say anything. I am still trying to find the exact, precise answers. But it seems like every time I go digging into the Bible says something that the world is either not doing or the world tells me not to do. And the more the world tells me not to do something, the more I think, well, maybe we ought to be looking into that. I don't know, because we are not to be beholden upon this world. We are supposed to follow the word of God, follow the word of Christ, follow the Father. And this world seems determined to make us follow something else. So I don't know. I don't know what to think there. Here's some dead air for you. I'm going to have to check my furnace filters. I haven't done it in a while, and it seems like they're getting to that point where I'm going to have to crawl in there and clean them out. I already said that we're getting we're getting a new furnace and a new air conditioner come spring. So we have to keep this old clunker that we have running until then. It's an old beast. It came with the house. Literally was built with the house. 60-year-old furnace. So it is time that we got something new. But the filters for it are the filters for it are still metal, and you can't put an actual air filter in it. It's just the way the thing is made. You can't put a new filter in it. So I am going to be more than happy when we get a new furnace so that I can start putting in some real HEPA filters. So that we can start breathing right again. Maybe get rid of some of this dust flying through the house. I don't know. Anyways, I don't have too much else other than that. What was I thinking about earlier while I was getting dressed? I was definitely thinking that some 80-year-old woman that's been ruining the country for more than 30 years of her life should probably not be attempting to keep an office for another 4 years or 2 years or however long it is. But of course, people won't listen to they won't listen to that. They won't understand how the people that are at the top. Again, this goes back every single time I read it. I have to say something about, you should probably not trust those people in power. But it goes back to that whole thing where, you probably shouldn't be trusting those people at the top, especially those that are doing their best to rule over you with an iron fist. Uh, these people have been doing their jobs for 30 plus years, have made millions upon millions of dollars, and have slowly but surely, financially, physically, educationally, is that a word? Socially, ruined the country for 30 years plus. These are long-term politicians that since they've gotten to power, we've only seen everything get worse. We've seen food get worse. We've seen money get worse. The value of the dollar get worse. We've seen socially, we've seen the world or we've seen America completely fall apart. Well, we can say the world too. I mean, it's for the past 30 years, America has done nothing but invade other countries. So we've unfortunately had a hand in ruining other countries. But since these people have been in office, we've just seen everything get worse and worse. So why in the world would we think that if we just gave them 2 more years, 4 more years, they could fix something that they haven't fixed in 30, 40, or 50 years? People crazy? This is not. This is definitely not the country that I think that whoever founded it, we've talked about who that could or could not be, but whoever founded it definitely did not have this in mind whenever they wrote both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, if those are even real documents. I will always put that little caveat in there because we don't even know that either. We just don't know. There's so much random nonsense. It just nothing makes sense anymore. But it's all just part of that lie. It's just all part of that lie. It's just another part of that system, a part of that lie that it's like, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to open your eyes and see what the heck is going on? But we already know the answer to that. We already know that people won't. We already know why, too. So, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't blow my mind. you know, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that it doesn't blow my mind at all to hear these people talk, to hear people think that, oh, it'll get better. It'll get better tomorrow. It's not getting better tomorrow. Yeah, it hasn't been better for a long time now, and you're thinking that keeping these people in power is just going to make it better. It's just not. I'm sorry, but that's just not. It's not how this works. It's an old commercial. It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. So, anyways, really, I don't have anything else. I'd have nothing else to really talk about. Um, I might be I might be ignoring the situations of the world a little bit too much. I don't know. I have I have already said that I have taken a break from, you know, Twitter, from the news feeds, from, whatever, just because, especially lately, it's all the same stuff, man. It's all the same stuff. People talking about the same stuff. People bitching and moaning about the same stuff, and yet nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody's fixing anything. Nobody's coming to save you. Well, people at the top know that you're just gonna keep bowing down, so they're just gonna keep pushing. See how much further you can go before you actually want to do something. And the more people go along with it, the more they're just going to have fun with it. They're enjoying your compliance. They are. They absolutely are. They are enjoying your compliance. So, again, I'm not saying that we have to up and, take torches out in the streets, torches and pitchforks out in the streets. Although I'll tell you what, if everybody did that, things would change. I'm telling you right now, things would definitely change. But we don't have to do that. We have to just stop complying. Just stop listening to this nonsense. It's like this whole thing with the trucker situation where the truckers are protesting Canada, and they're like lining up their trucks at the border of Canada. And I've said this before about these trucker protests, that this is exactly what they want. They want us to protest so much to the point that we are willing to kill ourselves. Uh, having us stop the supply chains on our own, that's exactly what they want. Because they could have very easily stopped the supply chains themselves. And they did. They stopped a lot of them, but a lot of people started asking questions. So they had to take a step back. But now they've put it into people's heads, which I wonder if half of these protests are even legit or not. They put it into people's heads that if you just stop the supply line yourself, the people in power will listen. No, not necessarily. Because the people in power, they want those supply lines stopped. They want the anarchy that will ensue when we have nothing. Because people that are desperate and want food and want water and want shelter will be more easy to control. That's what they want. They want the collapse of the world. And the more we play into it, the more they get what they want. So what's the solution? To just go along and get along? Nope. The solution is to stop doing what they want you to do and save your life regardless. Stop thinking that the laws of this land that have become so unconstitutional that they're not even laws anymore. Stop thinking that if you break one, that your entire life's going to be over. If one person goes out and breaks a law right now, if I go out and break, whatever law you can think of, I get arrested, I go to jail. Okay. But if 50 people are out there, if 100 people are out there, 500 people, eventually they can't stop you. I'm not telling people to go break the law. I don't want anybody to get that into your head. I'm telling you to stand up to authority. Get out there and live your life. Stop following mandates that aren't laws to begin with. Go live your life. Go play with your kids in the park. Go to the store. Tell your friends to go to the store and not submit to a test or some kind of an idiot in there telling you that you need to wear something over your face. Don't. Just stop doing that. If you're a trucker or if you work in the supply line, especially the ones that are the interviews with the guys that own like the trucking supply lines, the independent places, the ones that actually pull the stuff off the boats and put it onto the trucks and all that stuff, the ones there that are bitching and moaning, if you have a problem with it, just start doing it. Who cares if the government is going to bitch and moan about it? Whatever. Just start doing it. Start loading trucks. Tell your truckers to start working. Make your money. Go do what you got to do. Stop listening to the nonsense. If you want your country back, just take your country back. That's all you got to do. But you can't do it one person at a time. Everybody has to be on board with this. Or at least a good majority of the people have to be on board with this. I heard a retired United States Army general say that they are worried about only 2 million people standing up. That's less than 1%. That's less than 1% of the country. That's what they're worried about. They're worried about 2 million people standing up. His exact words were, if we ever went to war, the government would be scared of 2 million people with guns, which is what it was, which means that they're scared of 2 million people. Period. Which in itself sounds crazy because it's less than like I said, it's less than 1% of the country. But that's what they're scared of. They're only scared of 2 million people. So there's something to it. There's something there. There's enough people. I know there's enough people in this country that want to stand up to it. There's a lot of people that will not protest or want to speak out because they are too afraid that if they do inside of America, that they will incur the wrath of Antifa or BLM. And that's garbage. Stop being afraid of stupid kids playing romper room. That's exactly what it is. That's all it is. Don't be afraid of children. Because it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for what you believe in. If you are a God-fearing Christian, you should be standing up anyways. Because there is nothing in the Bible that says that you should be laying down and taking it. It doesn't say it anywhere. We've gone through this I don't know how many times. There's nothing in there that says you should just lay down and take it. You can actually fight for your family, for what you believe in. But a lot of people won't. It's that brainwashing. Brainwashing gets you every time. Yeah, I don't have anything else other than that. It is, what is today? Is it a Thursday? It is a Thursday. This seems like just another week. Just another week's gone by. And nothing's changed. And people still seem to think that everything's going back to the way they had it before. And it's not. It's not. You're not getting anything back the way it was. They're never going to let you go back to the way it was. And everything they're pushing for is only there to enslave you that much more. So you've got to make that choice. You got to make that choice. Either you're gonna give some pushback, or you're gonna run to the hills and live in the country, and then they're gonna come get you anyways. They can track people everywhere. So what are you gonna do? What's the plan? What's the plan? Because I can't find enough people that will stand up to it. I can't even find any people that are secretly standing up to it. You know, everybody just seems to be going along to get along. It's like, okay, well, then what the hell? Maybe that's our fate. Maybe that's the way God wills it. If that's the way it is, so be it. So then I'll just sit back and watch the world crumble. I guess. I don't know. I can tell you this much though: they're not taking me. When it comes that time, they're not taking me anywhere, anywhen, anyhow. I'm I am definitely planning on fighting. Um, when it comes to that point, I will be running to a place I can hide. I have places in mind where I think I can go, and when it comes time to stand up to it, if there are enough people that are going to be willing to stand up to it, then I'll fight. I'll fight and I'll probably die. But at least I know that I will not be subservient to the evil, wicked men of this world. That's just me. So, until that time, you all feel free to think that you can vote your way out of this, and you all feel free to enjoy having drunken and dementia ridden octogenarians running your system, because that's exactly what you got. What happened to this world, man? What happened to this country? How we used to actually try to stand up for what we believe. Now it's just like people just don't care. It's just like whatever, just let it happen. All right, I'm gonna stop. I will talk to everyone later. God bless y'all. Take care. It's been a it's been a weirdy kind of week. It's been a weirdy kind of month. This whole month. We're only 1 month in. We have February right around the corner. I don't even know what else to say. All right, I shall see you all later.